And how is it that one makes it and all the other ones choose another way? Well, they got a decision. Well, we do too. We got a decision to break every stronghold under the Josiah. And these signs shall follow them that believe in my name. Shall they cast out devils? They'll lay hands on the sick, and the sick shall recover under the Josiah. Where is your power, God, for this hour under the Josiah? Help us, oh Messiah, to be able to cast out demons out of the husband, the wife, the brother, the sister, the mother, the son, the daughter, the aunt, the uncle, the niece, the nephew, the grandmother, and the grandfather. We need thy help. God doesn't say honor your parents if they are good parents, if they are always right, or if they are always obedient to God. There are no conditions given by which you are to honor your parents. God simply says to honor them. God knows they are not perfect, but neither are children. The commandment also doesn't give a time limit to which it expires. And so this means to honor them when you are grown, and you have a family of your own. Honor them when they are frail and feeble. Honor them if they have to move into an assisted living center. There is no time limit for honoring them. And so then, after they are dead, when we speak evil of them, we are not honoring our parents. And by doing so, God will not hold to his promise so that you may live long. That's something to think about. I'm talking to you about it, oh Shabbat. I feel the Spirit of the Lord all over me. You know, my father recently passed, and I talk about it oftentimes. This was the first day or the first Father's Day without him. And, I was at an event with family members, and I had young relatives, or what I'll say is nieces and nephews. And I didn't understand, but I didn't make a big deal about it with them partaking of alcohol. And my mother had to be in the presence. But the only thing God said for me to do was just to love them, Ushabi. And it's a reference or a means for prayer. I'm actually seeing the seed and the things that is going on in my family. And even after you show love, Oshaba, they may show anger. So when they're being nasty, you got to be kind and you got to be sweet. It is a principle for success over the family. In Joshua 24, verse 15, choose for yourself this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your ancestors served beyond Euphrates or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Joshua made a statement to Israel after Moses was gone. He also made a statement about his family, that for his household, they will serve the Lord. When a family determines to serve the Lord is determined to be part of that family. The Lord is determined to be part of that family. Families are stronger when the Lord is being considered before making decisions. This includes what movies to watch, what's on TV, the internet, and magazines, whatever other media infiltrates that home. You understand what I'm saying? When the Lord is honored, things will go well with that family. Like Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, and though a man might prevail against one who is alone, two will withstand him, and threefold cord is not quickly broken. When that third cord is God, Jehovah, then the families are stronger and can withstand many of the storms of life. I had a young lady, Oshaba, that had came around my presence some time ago, but this often happens to me. I had one that was in my Sunday school class, maybe about 25 years ago. And the things that she was saying, and I began to talk to her on Sunday, and I didn't talk to her. I talked to her kindly, but it was more of a rebuke, Oshaba, that she would that she would learn to get herself together. When parents, the worst thing to do, and this is not throwing a stone at him or her, because it happens in men and it happens in women. Listen, you are out of line if you turn your son against his father, and you turn your daughter against her father, and if you turn the son against his mother and the daughter against her mother. Listen, let me tell you something. The Bible teaches us, no matter where we are. I don't have a whole lot of conversations about past relationships and friendships and fellowships using negative integers. You better get the people right. You don't have a right to judge your dad. Oh, bless his name, with your lying wonder self. Who made you to be the judge over him or her? When I was dealing with my family and my family situation, a lot of them didn't like my father. They didn't respect my father. They didn't think that my father earned up to much. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of them I believe a lot of them didn't even recognize him as this being the first Father's Day that he was demised. And even though now he's gone, even people that were attached to him, I'm not throwing them under the bus, but I'm talking real stuff. Somebody needs to be delivered tonight. And so I'm telling the truth. Oh, shit, nobody thought about my dad on Father's Day. They didn't say anything. How you doing, son? My mother would you say, how are you doing with your dad passing on the first Father's Day? I know it may be kind of hard for your son, but with God, you can make it. I didn't get that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I yet still honor my mother because I'm wise enough to know that it's really not her fault. But it's imperative that it stops with me, oh Shabbat, and that I have this mysterious thing called love, oh Shabbat, and that it transcends from the inner parts of me and it spread out and reaches the other. See, I can't be a part of the disillusion that comes with confusion. Yeah, I can't be a part of that. No. I can't be attracted to that distraction. I can't be attracted to what you think is right. You think that you have the right to say something. I don't care if he ain't buying you no shoes. I don't care if he ain't doing what you think he should do. A whole lot of them ain't. But I know one thing for sure. If it wasn't for him or her, you wouldn't be here. And there's a lot of different things that take on in life. But one thing for sure, under the Osiah, and these are the signs of him that follow. These signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall lay hands on the sick, and the sick shall recover. I don't know who you cast the devil out of lately, and I don't know if you ever laid hands on anybody and they were healed, but that's a sign. That's an indication that you are a believer. Lift your hands up and say, help me, Lord. In Psalms 103, verse 17, but the loving kindness of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children, to those who keep what? His covenant and remember to do his commandments. How can God own righteousness be extended to children's children? That means grandchildren and great-grandchildren. It is not by only remembering his commandments, but in fearing him. Fear means to reverential, or to revert back to what? Holy respect for who God is. Reverencing him. The fear of the Lord is what? The beginning of knowledge. I'm not just going to approach that man of God like that. I'm not going to take that stand with him. I'm not going to take that stand with that woman of God. Let me tell you something that is really odd and strange. In this space, if you are a man of God and you choose to have, not choose, it's an order. It's an obligation as a man of God to have respect for all people. But if you respect a woman of God, there's something wrong with you. That is not easily received, vice versa. But particularly for the man, we've went way off base. Respect for who God is. When families are obedient to God, his righteousness can be extended into the third and fourth generation and even beyond. This way, mercy extends to those who fear him from generation to generation. Luke 1:50, and showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. Deuteronomy 5:12. This is because he remembered his covenant forever. The promise he made for 1,000 generations. We have to get ourselves together. We have to remember that the only thing I'm talking about tonight, and I'm almost out of your sight, that's right, I'm doing it right, is my word moves from my word moves you from alienation to reconciliation. Now, I can talk about this because I was in the space of alienation. I was. In Proverbs 1, verse 8, hear my son, your father's instructions, and forsake not your mother's teachings, for they are a graceful garland for your head and penance for your neck. This is a given to sons, and we can assume to daughters also. Again, there is no time restriction given. Solomon doesn't say to hear your father's instructions and don't forsake your mother's teaching while you are at home. But even after children leave their homes to begin new lives, this doesn't mean that the husband and the wives must do what their parents did. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. We have to be focused on the things of God. Or what in-laws say. But at least, we don't have to, what the in-laws say, but at least today, listen to them out of respect, as honoring them as giving in the fifth commandment. I myself had to struggle with this because, if I seen something and it was not accurate or it didn't make sense to me, I often would say, hey, listen, that doesn't make sense. But I learned to not argue. Hey, listen, go ahead. Whatever you say, Mom. Whatever you say, Dad. Whatever you say. Is that what you say? Okay. I even learned to say with my kids, oh, that's great. Wonderful. Because behind the scenes, I keep the door of them speaking to me open. Let me get this scripture real quick. Let me get this scripture. I want to jump around here. I'm almost done, and I'm a little excited because we're talking about families. And, I often, a lot of times I do a lot of things for the most times by myself. People normally, unfortunately, people don't come around me for long. And that's nothing wrong, but that's just the way it is. And I sit up here and I say to myself, I said, Lord, what do you want me to do? Now listen to this. Malachi 4:1. I've been reading this, but I want you guys to get this in your spirit. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves and of the stall. Come on, y'all ready?